What's up, guys? Jason Guyman here tonight, and tonight we're going to talk about doubling your leads in 2025. That is my goal for you tonight. And some of you might want to do more than that, but that is my goal is how can we double your leads from 2025? And so I have some awesome things that I know that work, and I've got some things that are kind of crazy and out there. And so those are the things I want to really hit on tonight is how do we get more leads? Because yes, we can close more. Yes, we can get a higher close percentage. Yes, we can do different things. But in reality, it's if you have a 30% close rate, how do we get more leads at the end of that, right? Yes, we can maybe get it up to 50%, but we still need more leads, right? Leads. Leads equal growth, and that is what we need to do. And so tonight, we're going to do marketing, and this works for pressure washing, this works for Christmas lights, this works for any business out there of these tactics that we're going to be talking about tonight of what you need to do to get more leads. Because in the end, if you don't get more leads, then you're probably not going to be doing very well at the end of it. So I'm going to talk about some things that will help you get more leads and what you can do to start working on that as we speak right now. So with that, my book of the week. What is my book of the week? My book of the week is one of my favorite books. That it's one of my probably 2 books or 3 books that I really push. If you haven't, I've been listening to some books now, but these are still my favorite, and it is The Sales Machine, The Ultimate Sales Machine. This is another book along with Think and Grow Rich that I think you should read a couple times, not just one time and be done. I think and Grow Rich you need to read at least once or twice a year, and I think this book here is another book because every time you read it, it's like an aha moment at the end of it. And so these are the 2 books that I really like a lot. I think they have a lot of meaning, and I think it's one that it will help you grow in your business. So we got some Mr. Caesar. What's up, Jason? How are you doing? We got Sean from the north, way north, the great white north now, he says. We got Mr. Rick Nussi in the house. We got Hydro Max 360 pressure washing. What's up from the Florida Panhandle? You all got some snow down there. We sent you all some snow. You got to see some snow this year. I'd rather just see white sandy beaches of snow and not the other snow, but hey, we sent you some. Actually, I was talking to Dustin out in Utah, and he's like, we don't have hardly any snow. You all got snow down there, and we didn't get much. And so it is definitely something that is a little weird this year. And so that is a little interesting, right? We got Jeremy, we got Jeff's Lawn and Landscaping. How are you doing? I am doing great. I've had a pretty good week this week. I've gotten to talk to several people, and people are already making quite a bit of money this year, and that makes me excited. I got one of my clients that is in the membership, and he's going to have a $40,000 month already. I know some of you down here have, I know Jason Hefner, he said he's going to have like a $10,000 week this past week. He showed me a picture of a $17,000 check. And so it's really awesome to see people making money already this early in the year. And so that makes me exciting. I've heard some people talking about permanent Christmas lights. They're already making more money. They've been doing permanent Christmas lights for 4 or 5 years, and they kind of been, usually this time of the year has not been busy, and they have been busy already. And so I think 2025 will be a great year. I think there should be a lot of opportunity to make money. It's just a matter of you having to go out there and get it done. It's one of those things that running a business is not easy. It is something that you got to just go out there and get it done. Ready for this snow to melt and get to work. Big things coming this year. I feel it coming. I agree with you. Yesterday, DJ and I, we went out, and it was a good day. We went and we started to do some takedowns. We had 18 on the schedule. We didn't make it to all 18. We made it to 3 of them we didn't get to take down because the snow was so thick and ice in the gutters and blah, blah, blah. And so we had to wait and go on to the next one. I think we ended up getting down like 8 or 9. We were kind of slow yesterday. But we had a pretty big span of where we had to go at. They're not real dense and tight. And so we had a pretty good little area to run up and do. So, but that's all right. He'll get the rest of them down. And we had 2 of the jobs that had a lot of minis. And so one job almost took an hour of just getting all the minis down. And so this is another reason why I hate doing mini Christmas lights at the end of it. So that's just what I've been having this week. Like I said, I got a lot of video yesterday for the Christmas lights. And so that is where we're at. But again, let's talk about how many leads do we need to grow a business, right? A lot of people always ask me, Jason, I want to get to $100,000. Jason, I want to get to $10,000. Jason, I want to get to $500,000. And what I always come back to is, one, what's your average ticket, right? Because if your average ticket, let's just say for pressure washing, is $1,000, right? $1,000. And let's just say that with your $1,000, you have a close rate of 50%. I know some of you are not there. Some of you, if you're probably over $1,000, you're probably a little less than that. But let's just say for easy math, you're at 50% close rate. So if you want to do $100,000, then that means you need 2,000 leads, right? You need 2,000 leads to do $100,000. Now, it's not impossible. How do we get those 2,000 leads, right? And so these are things that we have to start thinking about. How do we get more leads? What are some things that I can do more leads? And I know there's people out there who will be like, Jason, I don't spend nothing in marketing. I just do referrals. I just do great work. And most of you aren't growing either. Now, some of you might, but you're probably not telling the whole truth that you ain't doing nothing in marketing. And so it's one of those things that as you keep wanting to get, if you want to do a $10,000 month, if you want to do a $10,000 week, or if you want to do a $100,000 month or a $100,000 a year, we need to know what our numbers are, right? We need to know how much, what's our average ticket, and if you're just starting out, I understand it's hard, right? You don't know some of these numbers, but a lot of you've already been in business and a lot of you know what your numbers are. So you need to figure out, how do I get that phone to ring more? And how do I answer that phone more? You know, a lot of times I see people that they won't answer their phone. And here's the thing, in 2025, you're going to start hearing more people that aren't people on the other side of the phone. And a lot of them sound just like regular people. The AI side of things is coming pretty quickly. I actually went down that rabbit hole today because I have my permanent Christmas lights. If you don't know, I have a website for permanent Christmas lights. It's called Inspiring Nights with an N, nights.com. And right now, the phone gets sent to somebody else, and I'm going to see about putting it to a AI person and letting that person answer that phone, get the information for me, and be able to go that route. And so, you know, with the AI and AI with a lot of what we're going to be talking about is making things a lot simpler for everyone. Now, I understand that some of you don't believe in AI. I understand that some of you think it's hard, but I will tell you that the AI is coming whether you like it or not. And so one of the things that I see for marketing wise is AI is a huge disruption, and it's going to be even a bigger disruption in 2025. I think you're going to see people not be on as much Google. We've already seen Google ads going down. We already seen some of the other stuff from Google going down. And so I think that as we move through 2025, 2026, Google is getting a little, I don't know, it's going to be interesting to see what they do. I seen a graph the other day where it was showing about Google Ads, and I mean it's on a sled ride downhill. And so it's definitely going to get interesting as we talk about 2025, 2026. And it also opens up and begs the difference of a lot of the things that, are video and different things along those lines, where I think you're going to start seeing more of that because you're going to see more of the human. Now, not to say that it's human, because you can make videos of yourself and it's not really you. It sounds like you, looks like you, talks like you, but it's not you. And so I actually have a couple videos on this channel that it's not me. It's 100% AI. And so it is definitely something that you have to think about and keep learning and keep growing. A lot of y'all are in the craft and you're amazing at what you do. You're amazing pressure washer. You're amazing Christmas light guy. You're amazing at whatever your craft is. But you're on the truck and you're in the weeds and you're not paying attention to the surroundings around you. I actually had a call today with a good friend of mine, and it's in a different world, but it's in business world. And he's probably one of the best out there. Him, his dad, they're probably one of the best out there. Like, his dad was a professional at one time. And so, but they never was the professional at the business, right? They're in the craft. And when you're in the craft, you're not thinking about these things. The reason why I still personally go to trainings, I'm going to be going to a training in the end of April, end of March, 1st of April, is because I want to learn more, right? I want to learn more of how we can keep growing this stuff. Is this AI now, or are you real? And that's a good question, because it is getting to the point that I could be sitting here talking AI and you not even know, and it can even respond back and forth. And so that's not a bad question. In fact, one of the guys last night on our on our call on Monday night Zoom call, he used the word delve, D-E-L-V-E, which is, if you've been in AI at all, that's a huge red flag for AI. And so I was like, are you an AI talking right now? Because I know that that's a word that gets used a lot from AI. And so that's something that we can think about. So, all right, back on my tangent. And here's the thing. AI is something that you should be learning. I think that you should. People that struggle with technology, Rick Musey, uses AI, and he's been able to start writing posts, and he's been able to do a lot more of this. So that's definitely something that he is doing. Where are you going to the training, and where? I am going to San Diego. It is Social Media Marketing World is what it is, or Social Media Marketing Examiner puts it on. I think it's Social Media Marketing World. Michael Stelzner. And so I will be out there for the training. So if it's something that you want to look at, I guarantee you will learn a lot. That's where I learned a lot of my LinkedIn stuff. That's where I've learned a lot of stuff out there. I learned a lot of AI stuff, all kinds of crazy stuff. So the number one thing that we need to start looking at for 2025 is where is your Google business profile, right? Do you have it up to date? Do you have it optimized? Do you have it all filled out? Do you have the hours on it? Do you have everything that you can do in your Google My Business or Google Business Profile? Your Google Business Profile is definitely something that it still works today. It still keeps it going. And so this is definitely something that you need to make sure. An hour and a half drive for me, great, might join you. I would definitely join it, and it's not that expensive either to get there while they're cleaning. And so it is definitely something that you need to make sure that you have it all filled out. I've been looking at, since I've been starting to do more website stuff for people, I've been looking at their Google My Business, because Google My Business and website, they go together. And so with that, I've been looking at their Google My Businesses, and I'm like, and I've been changing a bunch of it for them so that it's more up to date using more keywords, using more things that will help their Google My Business. A lot of them don't put their hours in. A lot of them aren't putting all the description in and what the description should be. And so these are all things that we need to make sure that our Google My Business is up to date. And here's another thing. You might be like, well, Jason, it's wintertime. What am I going to do? Another thing we can do is post every day. I mean, you can post once a week, but if I was you, I would be posting on my Google My Business every day of the week. Every day I would be putting a post up, and you can do different things. You can talk about a tip. You can talk about a city that you work in. You can do before and afters. You can talk about a review. There's all different kinds of things that we can do for our post. And I know a lot of times we don't want to do our Google Business post, but it is very important that we do these posts. It will help you start ranking your post out there. So this is something that you need to make sure that you are doing. And here's the other thing. It is one of those things that you need to do and make sure that you're doing it a lot. Right? It's not something that we're going to do once in a while. It's something that we need to do a lot. And then the next thing we need to do for our Google business profile is reviews. We need to beg for reviews. We need to ask for reviews. We need to do everything we can to get reviews. You know, there was a conversation in the Christmas Light Facebook group a couple months ago. And one of the guys that's always on there is like, I never ask for reviews. And I'm like, really? He's like, they just give them to me. I've been in business for 10 years. I never ask for reviews. How many reviews do you got? Well, I got like 10 or 20. Oh, really? So you don't need reviews, but you don't. Come on now. Ask for reviews, right? We're asking at the beginning of the job. We're asking at the end of the job. We're going to make it easy, because if you be like, hey, just give me a review, the chances of that person giving you a review is goose egg, right? They're not going to give it. Hey, will you take out your phone and scan this right now? And if you all are on the other side, you can take your phone out or take a picture of this and scan it and give me a review, and I'd appreciate it, right? Tell me how I helped you, right? Tell me, and that's what you want to tell them. Be like, will you just tell me how I've helped you, or how this house wash has done better for you, or your Christmas lights, whatever it might be, right? And so these are things that we can do for asking for reviews. We got to ask for reviews. And here's the other thing. Wasn't planning on this one, but you also got to ask for referrals, right? Do you have any friends that would really like to use my service? These are both things that you can do, is to ask for reviews and ask for referrals. These are two things. Make it simple. Have a QR code. Send them a text message with it. Whatever you need to do. Because here's the thing. A lot of times they're going to hit this QR code, and what's going to happen if you're not there with them and they hit this QR code and it doesn't come up because they're not logged in or they don't have a Gmail, then they're not going to be able to give you a review. But there's other things that you can do, is to say, hey, you got this $1,500 camera here. Hey, can I get a video review of this review? So this is another thing that it can definitely help you out to get reviews. Again, reviews are definitely something that are huge. You can put them on your website. You can put them on your social media. You can put them in your TikToks. You can put them on your Google My Business. You can put them everywhere. And so reviews are definitely, when you're asking for reviews, see if they'll put the city in this thing that they're doing. So if they're doing the house wash, hey, they came and pressure washed the house. They did amazing on the house wash in the blank blank subdivision and whatever, right? We want to try to get some keywords in there that are where we want to be at. And so this is definitely something that you want to do for you. So it is definitely, I would highly recommend you to get lots and lots of reviews. What package do you recommend for social media marketing world? I doing everything, because I did the VIP because you get all the videos, and that's something that I bring back. If you don't have that, I would do the AI side of things. I would do the AI. most of my classes I'll be in will be all the AI stuff. So number two goes along with number one, is doing your website, putting extra pages on it. If you're doing your own website, you need to start building more pages, right? Have out all your service pages. That way you can have all your service pages out, right? So that way you have each individual services. And then what you want to do is have city pages. So then you can build out city pages. And then you also want to do blogs. And so the more you can put content on your website, the more likely it is to rank, which will also help out your Google My Business, right? Because then we can work our Google My Business or Google Business Profile and our website together. And then this will help us be able to grow your online presence for Google, which will still get you stuff. And if you do it right, it will help rank with Bing, and that's a lot of the stuff of what the AI stuff is pulling up is from Bing. And so yes, there is something that you probably need to do is fill out your Yelp. And yes, I hate Yelp as probably as much as you all do, but a lot of the AIs are pulling out of there because they're using the Bing versus the Google. So just a little heads up on that. So so again, we want to work on our service pages. We want to make sure that we have our keywords in our headers. So when you look at a blog or a page, that big tag that's called an H1, you want to make sure that those keywords are in there. So it would be city pressure washing or pressure washing city, Christmas lights installers city. So here it would be Christmas light installers, Cincinnati. That would be the main page because Cincinnati is my big city. But then I'm going to go Christmas lights Florence, Christmas lights Loveland, Christmas lights Mason, because then I'm going to work on all those little city pages that I will start ranking on those little city pages, and I want to start ranking there. And so this is how we are able to get stuff to rank for us. And then for the blog, you could do blogs on why you need to have your concrete sealed for the wintertime so the salt don't eat it, right? So when people ask, if I put salt down, is it going to screw up that? And you could have a blog about that talks about what happens to salt when it puts on a driveway. And so these are all things that we have to look at and make sure. Another thing too with our blogs and our pages is we don't want to put big pictures on it. What do I mean by big pictures? If you take a picture off of your phone and put it on your website, that's going to be a large picture. It's probably going to be like 3 megabytes or something. And what happens is that's going to slow down your website. So you want to, compress those. You want to make sure that they're small so that way they don't slow down your website, because slowing down your website will hurt you. But again, website SEO and Google Business work together, right? So that's why we are important to make sure that we're wanting to do both of these. Next is one of my favorite things is if you are planning to, again, last 2 weeks ago, I talked about planning, right? Planning your marketing out. Sit down for the next 6 months and be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. So if you did that and it's getting close to getting time to start putting out our yard signs, right? I know some of you hate them, some of you love them. I love yard signs. Yard signs work amazing. I promise you, yard signs work amazing. And so I would, if you're planning on putting them out, I've had people ask me about February. And what I will tell you is with this snow already melting, people are already calling about pressure washing. They're done sick of this snow and they want the warm weather to come. So I would maybe consider spending $300 and putting out 100 yard signs for the month of February, 25 a week. And do it in March and April and May and how many ever, right? If you're going to bump it up, bump it up. But that's something that if you got to order those yard signs now, Otherwise, if you wait till March and you order those yard signs in March, you're not going to get them till the middle of March or into the middle of April, and then you're just kind of prolonging it down the line there, right? And so that's why it is important to go ahead and get your yard signs or get your money bushes, as I would call them. Moneybushes.com. You can get your money bushes there. They work great. I love money bushes. Money bushes are awesome. I promise you, money bushes will make you money, but they won't make them sitting at the garage, and they won't make them sitting at the place that you need to buy them from, right? You actually have to buy them and have them ready to go when you're coming out. So, networking, another thing that you can do now in the off season, while you're sitting at home doing nothing, looking outside, looking at the snow is go find some networking groups. Go find your local Chamber of Commerce and go meet up with them, and go find your networking places. There's different things. There's a BNI is one, right? If you have a BNI, go to BNI. You can find BNIs. There's different networking groups that people will just join and do things. So if you go find on Facebook, go different ways to do that. If there is a thing called, what's it called? 1,000,000 cups or 100,000 cups, 1,000 cups, 1,000,000 cups. And basically it's a networking thing. Now, it's not everywhere. There's not any in Cincinnati. There's one in Columbus. There's different places that have them, and go find that and go network with people. Go meet people. That's something that you should be doing all the time is meeting people. You will be surprised when you meet people how that works. Another way you can meet people is go do charity stuff, right? Go, if you see something for charity or something like that, you'll be surprised that you may meet at those places. And so those are all things that you can do, is to go meet people, meet more people, and meet more people, right? And then the next is Facebook, right? Facebook is posting 2 to 4 times a day, right? You're posting all kinds of stuff. You're posting about your life. You're not just posting about pressure washing. You're not just posting about Christmas lights. You are posting about all kinds of different things, right? And that is something that you've got to do. And then the next thing is join groups, right? Facebook groups is another thing. And don't go in there and be like, I'm a pressure washer, you need pressure washer. I'm a Christmas light. No, go in there and start building those relationships. Because when you build relationships with people, when you do, then they know who you are and they know what you do. And guess what? They'll buy from you. And that's how that works. But if you just go in there and be like, I'm a pressure washer, nobody gives 2 rats, and Facebook ain't going to show it to you. So, what is your action plan? That's what I'm going to put in here. What is your action plan? Are you going to have your signs ready by February 15th? Are you going to start posting so many times a day? Are you going to have your plan of action for the next 6 months? Or are you just going to be like, Jason, I want to double my leads, but I don't want to do the work, right? Because if we don't plan on doubling our leads, the likelihood of you doubling your leads is going to be very slim to none, because we're going to do the same thing we did last year, Jason, and that is, oh, you know what? Bob over here in this Facebook group said he does really good with this. I'm going to go try some of that. And then you're going to hear another shiny syndrome thing, and I'm going to go try some of that. And what you'll find out is none of it works. Because guess what? It's consistency. Consistency is king. Consistency is what grows your business at the end of the day. It's consistently posting. It's consistently posting on Google My Business. It's consistently posting on Facebook. It's consistently posting in the groups. It's consistently posting on LinkedIn. Whatever it is, it's not I'm going to go post it one time and think that that's going to be good and that's going to work. It's not going to be, hey, I'm going to go put out 25 yard signs this week and then I'm not going to put out the rest of the month because that took too long and that was hard work and I'm scared to death that somebody might see me putting up signs. Guess what? Those money bushes aren't going to grow in your garage because there's no sunlight for them to start seeding. They need to be outside where they can get rained on and get and watered, and they going to get some sunshine, because when they're sitting in your garage all nice and dry, guess what? Those seeds don't grow. So that's why we got to get those money bushes out there, because if you want those money bushes to grow, they got to be outside in the yards and in the intersections and in the grass, because otherwise they're not going to grow sitting in your garage, because they're not getting no rained on, they're not getting watered, and they're not getting sunshine. Them bad boys got to get sunshines for those money bushes to work. And so that is what takes and makes you have to get this moving, right? Get it moving. Don't sit there and think about it. Just go do it. That's what you got to do. Scaring the cat. Let's see. But that's pretty much what I had. If you've got any questions, put them in if you got questions about pressure washing Christmas lights, I do have some permanent lights here. These are 36 volt permanent lights. We'll be teaching how to put them up next weekend in Myrtle Beach. If you want to check it out, you can go check out christmaslights.io/IPT in-person training, or you can go to King of Pressure Wash, kpwtrain.com. We are going to be down with Mr. Chris Johnson. Chris Johnson is awesome. He knows sales. He teaches sales. He's amazing at sales. So you definitely don't want to miss it. He talks about how to read people. He talks about the DISC program. I'm going to be showing you different ways to do marketing. I'll show you lots about the AI. I'll show you lots about how you can do it. I'll show you how to set up your Google My Business. I show you how to optimize it even better than what I talked about. I actually show you how to do it. And so these are all things that you will learn in my in-person training. So if you want to go check that out, again, kpwtrain.com or christmaslights.io/SP. It is definitely something that I promise you will learn something from it. Let's see. Hi, Jason. Is Raphael from Central Florida? Might go to there. Great. Google just sent me notification today to verify. Is it easier than I thought? It's not as easy as you probably thought. It is a pain in the butt. It depends on how they want you to verify. If you got to do it on the video, you'll have to get on the video. You'll have to do it through the app. So if you do it on the phone, it'll say, here's a QR code. It'll take you to it. And then you got to use that camera and that video, and you got 90 seconds. You'll need to post if you got any bills with your business name on it. If it has any, if you got your LLC, that'll help you. Your insurance, show them that. You can show them pictures of your vehicle, the street you live on, the door. It's kind of a pain in the butt. So definitely get that handled if you haven't. Is there someone who can help me with my Google My Business? Every time I file for it, it gets suspended and flagged for deceptive content. I have appealed and still gets denied but no reasons as to why. I guess my question is is it your name of your business that is on the LLC? That would be the first thing I would say. That's probably what gets it a lot of times. What's some great AI software for social media posting? I like Claude, C-L-A or C-L-A-U-D-E. Claude, you can use ChatGPT. DeepSeek, I know it's a Chinese one. It's actually been, I think it's been doing better than most of them. But you got Gemini, there's Facebook. Facebook's putting a bunch of money into it. What package do you recommend for social media marketing world? I already hit on that. Have you ever tried billboard marketing? I have. I've had other people try it. It's not been the greatest. I can't say that, man, they made a ton of money off of it. It's more of a branding thing. But it is, I didn't have much success with it. Another person that I know that did it last year, basically it paid for itself, but it wasn't like a lot of money coming into it. I can't wait to go to Trans World. It is a lot of fun. I went 2 years ago. I didn't go last year. I don't know if I'll go this year or not. I haven't planned it. Probably not, because I got a lot going on already. Mr. Rick said, love yard signs. Yes, you do. Money bushes for the win. I say put that yard sign out now and start building awareness. It's all about touch points. And here's the good thing about it now is if you do it now, the good thing about it now is that nobody's mowing grass. Nobody's pulling them up right now. So they'll actually stay longer or should stay longer. So that's the good thing about yard signs. If you don't market your plan for 2025, you are late. Get moving. If you don't have your marketing planned for 2025, get moving. Absolutely. 50 to 80 signs a week for 8 months. Love this energy. Let's go. Beautiful reflex of money bushes. Thank you. I was on another call. How's it going tonight? It's going good. Good. I'm thinking about getting into pressure washing business. What do you think I should start with in regards to equipment? So what I think you should start with equipment is depending on your budget. If you're on a shoestring budget, then I would say go buy yard signs and get the phone ringing and rent equipment. If you've got money that you can put into equipment and you got money that you can put into marketing, then you can upgrade a little bit. What I would say is go watch my video on Sunday night. I kind of went over all the equipment stuff on my King of Pressure Wash channel. So, you want a pressure washer that's 4 gallons a minute or more, a downstreamer, and some hose, and you can go and have some bleach. I filed a DBA and it's under that. Have submitted that paperwork as well. Yeah, they don't really care for the DBA. The DBAs don't work like they used to because they know that it costs you $15 to do a DBA or $25, and they don't like the DBA. If your insurance is in that DBA, if you can get some mailed to you for the DBAs don't work like they used to. I know in the past you used to do a DBA and have no issue, but in 2025, the DBAs don't work anymore. So you will need to have the paperwork for the actual business. You'll either have to have the name of the business of that is what you really want for it to happen. What do you think about Facebook ads? I think they can work. I don't know about pressure washing much. I haven't been a big proponent of pressure washing Facebook ads. But that's just myself. Are there any organic green cleaning products? You can use, what's the name of it? Can't think of the name of it. There is a product that you can use. It don't work as good. You can also use like a citric product too, because the acid will help clean it. Green Ox is one that you can use, and you can even get in the water and you ain't got to worry about killing anything. But Green Ox is definitely kind of on that side of that green stuff. Where do you get your signs made at? Moneybushes.com. Moneybushes.com. What marketing mistakes should I avoid? Not testing is one. And making sure you got the right phone number on the yard signs, making sure you got the right stuff. Don't pay for Yelp when they call you. When you sign up for Yelp, they'll start calling you, wanting you to sign up for it. They'll give you all these leads. They'll guarantee all these leads. Same way kind of with Home Advisor. Home Advisor is another one. I'm not saying Home Advisor isn't for, there is certain times that Home Advisor could be good for you, but most of the time Home Advisor is not good for small little businesses just starting out. Getting 100 signs on Friday. How do I turn my Google guarantee back on since they got rid of the app when you can't turn local service on without turning on regular ads? So if you just type in Google local service ads, you can get into it that way. That's how you will get into it. That's how I get into it. And it'll come up as Google Local. What's the software to keep track of where you place the yard signs? Simple Crew. Simple Crew is the app that you can take a picture of it. So if you are hiring someone to go out and put up yard signs, I would highly recommend you to use Simple Crew. It'll actually put a dot and you can kind of see where they are, and you make sure that the signs are getting put up. That was actually pretty good. What about door hangers and flyers? I do that for my 5 arounds or 10 arounds or neighborhood arounds if you're not busy. They do work, 100% work. It's back to, you want to do a little bit of everything to try to get phone ring any which way you can. So they do work. You can also door knock. Another smart thing you can do is when you pull up, you can door knock and say, "Hey, Miss Jones," or, "Hey, we're over here at Miss Jones. It might be a little bit loud here. We're pressure washing." And so you can build that relationship. And it might be like, "I need pressure washing," right? Well, here's the ticket. Give me a call, whatever. And so that's another way that you can do it. Yep, Green Ox. Moneybushes.com is yard signs. What's up, Mr. Georgios? Big time in the house. Answer the phone when you get it to ring. Yeah, this is, I would agree with this one here. This goes back up here to what advice do you give? Where was that? What marketing mistakes should I avoid? This is one of them. By not answering your phone, make sure that you are answering your phone. This is definitely probably one of the most important things. And I see it over and over and over. I answer the phone all the time. Bullcrap. And I can prove it a lot of times that you don't. And so answering the phone is key of keeping your business moving forward. Thanks, Jason. I always push your mentorship. I speak for all of us that you're the best. Door to door, we are a fan, and we are leaving a flyer on the front door. Yes. Hey, Jason, just sent you a message on Facebook. My question was too long for the comment section. Do you want me to read it? Years ago, I used a Honda GX630 in which used an independent fuel tank which it pulled the fuel from. I replaced the old red fuel tank with a very nice aluminum. Since then, I replaced that 630 and 2 small machines with their own gravity feed tanks on the top. How can I use my old aluminum tank to feed these newer, smaller machines? Since then, I replaced the 630 with 2 smaller machines with their own gravity feed tanks on top. How can I use my old aluminum tank to feed these? So what you got to do is, DJ actually did this with his, because he's got the gas roof pump, and the gas roof pump is on the opposite side of the truck of where the gas tank is. And so what he did is you can get you a little pump, and you can pump it that way. So it'll pump it. It's electric pump, so when you turn the key on, it'll fire that pump up, and it'll do it that way. That's the easiest way to do it. So, test. What works for you may not work 2 hours down the road. Every market is different. And I don't even know if I would say every market is different. I would say that Just because one person in that area don't have success with it doesn't mean that you may or may not. Um, because I could show you people in your area that had success with Facebook ads or whatever, and the other one didn't, right? And so, but you don't know that unless you test, and that's the important part. Test, 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 because that will make you know whether or not it works or not. So if you want to learn more about permanent lights, we're having permanent light training, christmaslights.io/IPT, in-person training. Also, we have pressure washing class coming up in Myrtle Beach. Last year, I only had one in-person class for pressure washing. I went all in on Christmas lights. And so if you want to learn more about pressure washing, you can go check it out. KPW Train, King of Pressure Wash Train.com. So KPWtrain.com, and you can learn about that. Again, Chris Johnson will be there. I will be there. Friday is all day pressure washing. Sunday is all day permanent lighting. And good old Saturday is the best day of it all, is marketing, sales, how to sell better. We'll have lunch. We'll probably have a dinner at least, or have dinner together and hang out and talk and be able to talk to myself and be able to hang out with Chris. I always do something with everybody. We usually always go out to eat for dinner and stuff, because that is the best time, is the networking. And a lot of times you never know who might be there and that you can network with and to grow your business. So that is my push for that. What is a good software or app to send calls to multiple phones when it starts ringing? I want someone to answer. There's a couple ones. Dialpad, Ring Central can do this. Grasshopper can do this. Most of those can do it. High Level can do it. Twilio, they all work through Twilio. So most of the places that you can get phone numbers will do this. 2025 is going to be hot. With Trump in, it's going to be smoking this year. I recently signed up with a local marketing company, paid $3,000 down and $1,600 a month. Website creation, all the Google ads, and Facebook Insta. My question is that line trying for $100,000? So my question is $1,600 a month, is that including the Google ads and Facebook ads, or are you have to pay on top of that? Because right now at $1,600 a month plus $3,000, shoot, $1,600, that's $16,000. That's, I mean, if you don't, $100,000, you should be more than $100,000, because you're almost $25,000 just in marketing for that. So if you're paying $25,000, and here's the thing, website creation ain't gonna make you no money out of the get-go. Google ads can, Facebook ads can. That's a lot, is what I would say. Paid $3,000, yeah, because $1,600, that's $16,000. Yeah, so that's $20,000 right there, not including if that's ad spend. And I'm probably guessing that not ad spend, but it might be. So I think that's a lot. That should get you to $200,000, but I don't know if that would or not. My question is are you capable of making sure you're getting the phone answered and all of that too? Which key KPI should I measure for marketing success? Now that's a great question. I think it's a couple of them, right? There's a couple key. What's your close rate is definitely a key KPI. What your average ticket is a KPI. How many phone calls are you, what is it coming in, right? Those are all KPIs that you need to know. What's bringing in the most leads? Is it Facebook? Is it Google? Is it Google Guarantee? Is it Google Ads? And so that's important that we break that down, so then that way we know, or you know, what you need to put the foot on the gas. Because sometimes we think we know what's bringing in our most leads, and sometimes what might be bringing in our most leads aren't our highest ticket, ain't bringing us in the most money. And so that's why it is important that we understand what our numbers are and know what our KPIs are. Should I answer customers if they text me at night? I say yes, but depends. If you are just starting in business, I would say yes. If you're not doing anything, I would probably say yes. At the end of my business, at 5:30 when we left, I didn't answer the phone. It just went to the answer machine. If I did it now, it would go to AI. I'd have AI answer it and text back. But with that also said, I know a lot of people. Daniel, my friend Daniel, was one of them. He would respond to people at midnight, and he would get jobs because that's when they're up, right? That's when they're thinking about it. They might not be thinking about it tomorrow. They might be sleeping tomorrow when you try to call them. They probably are sleeping tomorrow if they're trying to reach you in then. How effective is LinkedIn for pressure washing marketing? Super duper 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 effective. Now, what I will say is it doesn't happen overnight. Most people that I know that are effective on LinkedIn, it takes 12 to 24 months for it to really take off and work. I got a good friend here that's my competitor. He's not my competitor now, but was my competitor. And he did $1.8, $1.9 million. And I would say 1.5 of it was from LinkedIn. One way or another off of LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is definitely, if you want commercial work, LinkedIn is the way to go. Is there a video where DJ added that electric pump? There is not, but we are working on a rig now that there will probably be. Is trying to get rid of income tax. Quite pricey for me. As long as you can make money over your expenses, go for it. KPI is key performance indicator. I have heard some guys using a virtual assistant to make cold calls for their business. Do you think this is a great way to get more business or possibly a waste of time? Have you tried this? Yes, but they just put out a rule or a law, the FCC did, that you are not allowed to cold call hardly at all. Like, if, I don't know. I don't remember if it's not allowed to AI it or if you're not, something along the lines that they have been strictening down on it. Now, cold email marketing definitely works well. That's what we did. I never did just cold calling, but we did do cold email, and that did work. I think it's rude when customers call late. As my wife said, the 9 o'clock rule. If it's past 9 o'clock, you don't text someone. I just finished a good cleaning class. That way I keep pressure washing in the winter. I have an event rental business. People text me all hours of night. People work all shifts. So you have to answer when they are awake and want to schedule. I have done this many times and landed jobs almost every time. I would agree to that. Is cold calling a part? It's kind of a thing of the past. Is cold calling a thing of the past? I mean, there's no, because my phone rings all day long. So it's not a thing of the past. It still works. Otherwise, they wouldn't be calling me on whatever. Meet people where you go. This is important, right? Next door, any good for leads? It can be. I've had some people that have really good success with it, and I have other people that their next door sucks. So next door depends on where if you got a good next door, it can work pretty well for you. I meant to say I just finished a hood cleaning class so I can keep pressure washing all winter long. The only bad thing about hood cleaning is it's kind of nasty. You get all nasty. New guys, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. So, with the permanent lights are definitely a harder sell, but keep pushing, sales will come. Yeah. So I do agree that the sale can be harder, especially if you're not going in person and doing a demo. If you're trying to do it online, it definitely makes it a lot tougher to do the permanent lights. If you go in person, it can help because then you can actually show the product and show them what it does and how it works. But if you're doing it online, it's definitely a lot harder to sell the permanent lights. I think there is definitely going to be a push of permanent lights. Actually, I had somebody message me today and say, is temporary lights going to go away in 3 to 5 years? I don't think they're going to. I think that, I don't know, permanent lights was definitely a big hit this year, but let's see how it does in the next couple years. What I will say, is Utah has went crazy with them. So that's kind of one of the first dates, kind of like Christmas lights. They were one of the first dates with Christmas lights too. So it'll be interesting to see what the next couple of years do with the permanent lights. I know there's a lot of people selling permanent lights, of getting jobs of permanent lights. So it is definitely something that is moving that way. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what this year brings for the permanent light side of things. Anyone cleaning mini splits air handlers for the winter? No. I don't know if they are or not. But other than that, again, if you want to check it out, kpwtrain.com or Christmas lights for the permanent Christmas lights. We are having a class down in Myrtle Beach. I will also have some other classes coming up too. They're on this calendar, but I don't have the actual class set up for it because I haven't 100% confirmed everything. So we will be having more classes coming up. I'll be having Christmas lights and permanent light training comes up. Depending on how much more my pressure washing, I don't know how many more pressure washing classes I'll have. I know I'll at least have one more here probably in Cincinnati, but I don't know if I'll have how many of those I'll have. I'll probably have one I know I'm going to have one here in April or May, and then I'll probably be the rest of the year will be all Christmas lights. It'll be permanent lighting and Christmas lights because that's kind of my focus is permanent lights and Christmas lights. I like it a lot, but the pressure washing, I know some of you all love the pressure washing, so that's why I'm still here with the pressure washing. Do you know of a way to mobile demo cleaning? Do you know a way to mobile demo? Yeah, you take a thing of bleach and you spray it on there. You take a pump up spray and you're like, watch this, watch how this cleans. And then it's just amazing how it cleans. Thank you for the super chat. Sorry, Jason, haven't been on for a while. Thanks for answering. Here's some coffee money. That's Speedway coffee money there. No, I'm just teasing you. Looking forward toward your summer classes. I recently pressure washed a driveway that had a lot of tire shine residue. Any recommendations to remove the marks left behind? I mean, the only thing you can do is acid wash it at that point, and then it would make it all that kind of that white color. But there's not a whole lot you can do with the little half moons all over the place. That's what happens when they use tire shine. So, but yeah, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. But other than that, I hope y'all have a great night. I hope y'all have a good weekend, and we'll see you all later.